Hello and welcome to my OTSL game versus Hicham Vanborm, who I will be facing as the USSR. And well, I hope this will be an exciting game, so let's jump into it. Hey, not a very exciting and so far. A pretty terrible one actually, if you ask me. Not a single 4-up, only one playable 3-up and only with the UN. Very, very bad. Two scorings, none of them being Asia. Okay, what's more hopeful is that I have Nasser to boost my Middle Eastern presence. So if I headline Nasser and manage to roll well in Iran, which doesn't happen often lately, but well, maybe it will happen this time, then I may have a decent position in Middle East. Europe is pretty much out of the question for me. I don't have events and I don't have ops to fight for it in any way, shape, or form. So I will just try to get rid of it as quickly as it's possible. I would love to headline it, but I don't think I can with Nasser in hand. Unless, well, maybe I should. Maybe I should just try Europe. I really don't want to be stuck with two headlines in my hand. And Europe is so much better versus defectors than Nasser. I think I will just go for it. Yes, good. I mean, okay, let's try it anyway, I guess. Four. Not ideal. It gives him an easy counter coup. However, it's not one or two at least, so that's good. Okay, we know where the ops were. Yeah. I think I have to quit with Cambridge, right? I have 50-50 on kicking him out of Iran, and I think it's so huge if I do that. Yes, thank you. Okay. That was, of course, risky, but it's just too important. The Middle East is on the line, Pakistan and India are on the line. There is no way I'm letting him stay there. And, well, I had a disgusting luck when it comes to cards, so I will gladly take some luck when it comes to the rolls. Unfortunately, I think he's just taking Lebanon and Egypt, which doesn't give me many options of, well, exploiting the full Nasser potential. I also don't have any free ops to play, so it will be really hard to establish Middle Eastern domination this turn. However, he counts on the fact that I don't have Nasser, and unfortunately for him I do. So this 1 point into Egypt is going to be just wasted. That means I'm probably going to get Middle Eastern domination actually. I would love to take Egypt, Syria and Iran before I score it, but unfortunately I don't even have a 4 ops in total in my cards, so I guess I will have to. Well, first of all, I will take Syria, that's for sure, and I will get rid of Truman, so I can just as well do it now, before he, I don't know, plays the goal, for example. And I'm taking Syria, that's sure as well. Then I could take Libya, or I could take Iran and enter South Korea. Those are, I think, the most obvious options. There is also an option of entering Pakistan, but I don't think that's urgent. Blockade, alright, what do you discard? Socialists could discard Laos probably. Yeah. No, that's not what I'm doing. Entering Pakistan isn't bad. Entering Pakistan gives me access to India, but it's not like I will be fighting for India anyway. I will just not be able to be there before it matters. I could score Middle East now for like 3 VPs, I'm sorry. And then use 2 influence from Indo-Pakistan war to take Pakistan. It also doesn't seem to me like he's rich. He will have 2 moves. So he will move to Burma, then India, and then on his first action round, on the next turn, he could take Pakistan. That's a scary perspective. So I could actually just drop the Middle East and take Pakistan within the Pakistani war after I do that, which is far from ideal, and it leaves me with a lot of problems. But I just don't have enough ops to solve all my problems. So I will just drop the Middle East, not get greedy for that when I run VP, and then using the Pakistani war to secure Pakistan. Okay, this turned out to be pretty unnecessary because he's using one of his actions to advance into space anyway, but well, better safe than sorry, because if he takes Burma, India and Pakistan, I'm screwed in Asia, so I don't think I can let that happen under no circumstances. Especially with Asia being the only unscored region. Also, taking Pakistan makes me somewhat resilient to him just breaking North Korea to completely deprive me of presence in Asia, which would be really sad if he got Asia scoring on next turn and I didn't get Vietnam or Nicole. Okay, he's just playing it safer. Let's see what you got. Containment was a very strong headline for him, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Maybe defectors were the right choice actually. Alright. Fidel. 5-year plan. Interesting options. The goal. The goal useless as an event, but is a stable 3-up, just like Warsaw Pact, and to some extent East European unrest. US-Japan is pretty unplayable. I think it goes to space. It probably has to. Independent threat is fine, and Tico is always good. Huh. So I'm expecting duck and cover headline from him. Or a CIA headline. Decal is probably the best option regardless. Before I see the CIA, I don't want to event Fidel, and there are no other good events in my hand, and defectors are gone, so basically all the facts stand behind Decal. So, well, to be honest, even eventing Decal, I can just as well event Fidel. But I think the goal gives me enough tempo to justify it. I think it's good. Duck. Alright. It's always a bad headline to see as the USSR, but I'm not gonna complain since I headlined the call. And now I'm standing before a choice. Which is, do I go for France, do I go for India, or do I go for South Korea? South Korea is probably the worst of the options. I could break Laos and take Laos help of with the help of Deagle, but I don't have enough ops to take Laos and India or Laos and France, so I don't think that's justifiable. Uh, in the long term, France matters more than India, that's for sure. In the short term, India looks better because Asia is not scored. However, the situation in Asia is probably a stalemate anyway. Taking India kind of secures me in case of him getting Indo-Pakistani war later during the game and winning it, but I could also break Laos and take India and Laos with US-Japan. However, I don't think that's good. I don't think I should give him US-Japan unless I'm absolutely forced to. Maybe I just ignore it. So I take France, then he takes India, and then I go for South Korea, and it looks fine. I'm better in Europe, better in the Middle East, better in Africa, and equally in Asia, and slightly behind on VPs. I think this is good enough. Can I create any threads that are like serious enough that he has to respond instead of taking India? I don't think so. I really hope I get Distal. Distal would be huge this game. Well, basically every game. Okay, let's just take France. Truman is gone. Yeah, let's just take France. So now he basically, well, the good thing about him taking India, I guess, is that if he has Korean War, he can't try to resolve it before I enter South Korea. And that's some kind of a benefit of him being first to go there instead of doing anything else. He would of course love to space it anyway, I guess, because I don't even have VPs, but due to Asia being a priority on the map right now, I think if he were given the chance to event Korean War without my presence there, I think he would use it. He can't do it now because he has to take India. NATO. Another forward. Ooh. A ballsy move. I guess he has Korean War in hand then. I think I will just go for South Korea with the goal and hope that he didn't also get a nuclear threat ban or Marshall Plan. That would be really unlucky, but possible, unfortunately. Because this really points to him having Asia scoring. I think it's pretty clear. I think he probably has both Asia and Korean War. So if he has another 4-up, he probably can use it to take South Korea. Okay, he spaces Suez Crisis. He unfortunately succeeds, so I can't stop him from spacing twice. Let's do this, I think. So I want to trigger East European unrest before I trigger independent threats, and because independent threats give him access to Turkey, and if I want to trigger East European unrest, then I have to grab presence in Greece, because I lose it if I don't. And taking Greece is really important for me because it really helps with establishing a long-term Europe domination, not really a temporary advantage there. Also, the spacing of Suez Crisis kind of points to him possibly not having Korean War, which makes this entrance of Korea pretty weird, but not unimaginable. Okay, he could have taken South Korea, so maybe he actually doesn't have Korean War. It's of course very annoying, but he got basically all the playable 4-ups. I could even play Marshall if I got it, but whatever. Okay, I think I have to take Zaire because I don't know the situation of the CIA. Also, it should be noted that if I get the CIA, I will have no way of holding it comfortably because of the 5-year plan in my hand. So unless I want to space 5-year plan, I will have to give up the CIA. Okay, fortunately he had it. That's appreciated. Yeah, that makes sense. So if I'm going to play Fidel, I will start with spacing US Japan to not be forced to space on my last AR. Damn it. Okay, that's been really unlucky that he scored that first space try. It's also unlucky that he scored this one. It was not very, very unlikely, but it hurts because those are some good VPs. Now, of course, he can try breaking Egypt or Pakistan or any of the Koreas or France, but the point is exactly that. There are just so many things he could break that I don't have an option of defending against all of those, so Jesus Christ, bro, another 4-up, really. There are so many of those that I don't really have the possibility of defending against it all anyway. And this hand has literally no 3-ups, except for 5-year plan, which I held. It's disgusting. Holy Jesus. He also got distal. Wow. Okay, this sucks. So that means I'm basically giving up France. If not for other reason than simply because I literally can't play a single 3-up. So I guess that's that. Unless I commit to playing 5-year plan without any idea of what I'm going to discard. I guess whatever, I will just coup Panama. If he headlines Asia, Indo-Pakistan war can have a huge swing. It's only 1/3 of a chance, but I wanted to try it anyway, I guess. Are you serious? Okay, this game is a joke so far. Sure, I will spend a turn using my 1-ups as efficiently as I can. I guess that means firstly wasting a 1-up to lower the defcon in Panama. I don't think I'm taking Libya because it requires a 2-up and I don't have any 2-ups. So I guess I will just try to drop Middle East as quickly as possible and, well, try to deal with the rest of turn after that. I hate games like this. No comment on that. It's very logical when you look at the pattern of this game so far. Of course, if he enters Jordan, that means he may be willing to strike at Saudi Arabia. I will just drop Middle East before he does any of that, because I have absolutely no resources to fight him anywhere over anything. Yeah, you can't. There are two cards in his hand that I don't know of. Mm. If he didn't get another 4-up, I don't think he has a good shot at flipping Asia in his favor. Okay, I knew that one. I can't space anything, so I guess I will just use Cambridge to make sure that he doesn't have any additional scorings, and since it's a 1-up anyway, I guess I can poke at Laos and force him to take that back. I think I have to. Well, I don't have to technically, but I think it would be advisable to event Korean War. Since I don't really have access to many crucial battlegrounds in which I would want to invest if I were able to. And, well, that's a potentially good swing for me if I succeed. He has 3 moves. I don't think he will be willing to fight for Asian domination. I could theoretically go for something like this, but is it even worth it? I don't think so. I don't think I care enough. I will enter South Africa, keep the China card in case of an emergency caused by his plays. I guess he will just drop Asia now, and then I can event Korean War. I'm waiting with the Korean War event because it may unnecessarily invite him to poke at South Korea if I fail the war. So I will just wait for him to drop Asia, which he will have to do eventually, and then try to go for an event because, well, I think the potential victory on 50-50 is worth more than a 1-up this card guarantees me right now. He's really considering something. This looks like he got like NATO or US Japan again, and he's really thinking about striking at Pakistan or something like that. I can't really tell, but if he isn't filthy rich, the play here is pretty obvious, which is dropping Asia. Yeah. Okay, so now I can try the event. Yeah, of course. That's to be expected as well. My last AR, I guess I will enter Libya with Formosa, because if Sadat is to come, I think I want to. Oh my god! Like this is not even funny. Okay, I guess then I'm taking Zaire, uh, because if he has another four up, he can steal Zaire from me, and then it's pretty bad in Africa. As long as he has only one battleground in Africa, I can just use my AR1 to quit and remain absolutely dominant in this region. But if you were to take both Angola and Zaire from me, then it's starting to get dangerous. And if he ever gets grain sales, it can turn really ugly. Holy Jesus Christ! It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fucking four-ups in the early war. Alright. That's another opless hand. It's actually disgusting. I once again I will have to give him OAS. I guess I'm going for Bemis Landy. Maybe he will give me a 4 for a change. I also have not a single red event in here. Last Mostel is borderline useless. It's maybe even harmful. I'm never eventing. I don't think so. So I guess I'm just counting on him giving me something juicy for my Miss Lambi play. Maybe I can Angola with it, and oh yeah, of course. So I'm not queuing Angola anymore. Uh, unless he gives me ABM or something, but I don't think so. Muslim Revolution, that's absolutely useless. Another free 4-up he got, by the way. Sure, bro, whatever. I will just do this. And I will drop Africa ASAP because I'm never getting anything better there. I feel so hopeless about this game. It's like nothing works in my favor. I think I'm actually spacing 5-year plan to avoid giving him OAS because then South America is like gone forever basically. Yeah, of course you roll 5. Let's get rid of Africa since I can do it in a comfortable manner so far. So I guess I'm spacing 5-year plan, holding OAS, which means I'm giving him Camp David with our men in Tehran and Shuttle. Spacing Quag. So I will respond immediately with spacing myself. Yeah, fuck it. Now I roll a 6. Doesn't matter much though. Okay, he of course succeeds now, so he has a peak on my headline. Okay, let's start with breaking Lebanon since I can get rid of our men in Tehran without triggering the event, which is a rare occurrence if I can space it. Well, I have no hopes to take advantage of this lack of Angola overprotection, so I would just take Libya. Of course, I could take it with shuttle, but Unfortunately, I have to take Libya because I'm also giving him Camp David Accords. Since I have no choice. And, well, I guess I can overprotect Pakistan. And now I can coup with Camp David and then with kitchen debates probably. The problem with OAS is that I will be forced to play it sooner or later probably, because whenever he gets because probably sooner or later either he gets grain sales and I will be forced to play it unless I spend the China card, if I will have the luxury of spending it, or I will just get so many bad blue cards that I will not be able to hold it all, and I will have to give up something, perhaps OAS. So basically, with Distal being managed basically in as terrible manner for me as it is possible in this game, I think, yeah, I'm not having the China card anymore. So basically, it's the race for Junta. If I don't get Junta, I don't think I can win anything in South America this game. That's basically the last resort that is left. I guess there is Allende, so I could get Chile this way. Uh, or he could get there and I could coup myself into South America, but that's possible only on the condition that he gets there first. So that's bad by definition. I could also get sold and pick up Distal maybe. Okay, so I help him with that. I still get to get rid of kitchen debates. Okay, let's grab Egypt because it's an OPEC point. It's not necessarily a good long-term investment, but I will put it there in hopes that if I get OPEC, it will kind of boost my VPs. Or at least make it uncomfortable to play for him. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And there is no access again. Wow. So I have South America and Europe scorings, and those are basically two scorings that I have absolutely zero tools to fight for in any way, shape, or form. It's just it's unimprovable. I can't do anything. So I guess I'm just going to get rid of it ASAP. My situation in Europe is never improving. My situation in South America is not improving anytime soon. The question is, should I go for it immediately? Well, if he even if he has junta, so then if he has junta, South America is gone. No matter what. So I think the best thing I can do is just headlining South America scoring. If he has junta, he can grab presence there. And if he grabs presence there, he gives me a future coup target. So I guess it's bad, but it's like but I'm not getting anything better, so I can just as well drop it now. And Europe will go for -5, but I want to get rid of South America ASAP because if he has Panama Canal or puppet governments or something like that, he may be able to actually squeeze even more points from South America if I let it hang. Brain cells, of course. and he takes basically the second best card. No, actually, he takes the absolutely best card he could have gotten. If he took NATO, then at least he wouldn't get the NATO event. But this way, he gets the NATO event, he gets the arms race free up, which is basically unheard of in my hand this whole game, and he forces me to give him OAS, which means he will be getting South America again. This is basically a disaster. Um, do I care about Colombia? I don't think I can let him to Zaire. So I think I don't care. I don't care about Colombia because basically it basically doesn't matter what I do. He will get South American basically control no matter what. I have no play in this hand, and he will be getting away as this turn. So there's just nothing I can do about it. So I can just as well ignore it and let him invest for himself, and then I will give him OAS to basically finish the job with Argentina and Chile. Not that I can do anything to fight that. There's no way I win the country count in Europe, so I will just do that. At least that defends me against the Pope. He'll probably take Venezuela and Mexico or something like that. I mean, enter Venezuela, take Mexico, or take Venezuela, enter Mexico. Oh, or overprotect Angola. That's also a possibility. No, he did the first thing. He's not scared of ABM. That's interesting. That may point to the fact that he may actually have ABM himself, which, well, wouldn't surprise me if you can imagine that. He doesn't seem eager to overprotect Angola, so I will not be eager to take it from him as well. Since Algeria is already open, I will just take Algeria first, and I will check if he oversees Angola again. Okay, he goes to space. I'm not going to space this turn, so I can just take Angola like this. I think that's a mistake from. I think that's a mistake on his part. He's still thinking take Angola way too easily. And that's not for any good reason, by the way, because he could have just played socialists even if he was forced to use them this action run. So. Okay, so Distal is basically not coming back to me since he got sold. I will use NATO to secure Angola for good. So I can focus on queuing Mexico on my next turn because I will have to get to Central America somehow because I don't have access to Central America as well. He got containment again, so it's still not out of the game. If he has Central, he can score it. It's not like I have any say in that regard. I guess there's Gunman when it comes to the ways in which I can win this game. If it's not Gunman, then I don't think it's winnable. I mean, it's theoretically winnable, but not in a reasonable way. He's gonna get like 6 from Southeast Asia probably. Uh, he can even get 7 from Alliance for Progress if he draws it. He still has Asknot somewhere in the deck, so I don't feel like I'm going to survive to the late game. Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. Take away yes. I don't even know. I'm probably not going Colombia. I'm probably taking Iraq because he still didn't get his medals, so maybe he will forget about getting his medals if I don't go Colombia. That's weird. That means that he's not scared of ABM and not scared of brush war, but I doubt he has ABM and brush war in his hand. It's really weird that he didn't enter Chile. So he probably plans on entering Chile right now, right? So that means he wouldn't coup? He coups, so why does he leave Argentina or like that? I don't like this play. Okay, that's a first playable hand this game. I think it's too little too late, but I guess I will try. Alliance for Progress is absolutely unplayable, but at least he didn't get that, so that's a good thing, I suppose. Will Value is probably a 4-up. I could theoretically event it. And that way I make Gunman unplayable for him if he has it. I can avoid playing Sadat if I play Sadat with UN. So I can play Sadat with UN, Space Alliance, give him his European unrest. Yeah, that makes sense. Defectors are still in the game, so he probably has them. So I suppose if I headline ABM, he's going to defect it. So I think I'm just going to go for Liberation Theology. I will go for Liberation Theology. It's a nice card to poke him in Central America. If he defects it, I'm not going to cry over it. I will just coup Argentina with Will Bear You anyway, and we'll see what happens from that place. I could of course go for Hail Mary ABM into coup Thailand, but it's like the chances of that working are so slim that I don't think I even care about it. Well, theoretically, if I roll at least 1A3, then I can just take it with Will Bury You on my AR1. But even then, first of all, I'm letting him coup Africa, which in long term is very good for him. Second of all, I still have to roll at least A3, which is like, well, not obvious, especially looking at my luck so far. And third of all, there's still brush war not accounted for. Sure, bro. So that means he could just brush me there. Well, ironically enough, I think I still have to coup Argentina ASAP before he goes out of it to go for Chile. I have ABM as a way to respond in Africa once, but I think I have to seize the opportunity to coup Argentina now. I could also, you know what? Let's go for a more risky but a move that looks fun, which is breaking every possible battleground in the Central America and then using Alliance for Progress for ops in Argentina. That way I'm creating ops from thin air, which sounds like just about the thing I have to be doing every turn from now on to get back into this farce. If he has brushwork, he of course can use it now on Argentina, but then it will allow me to take advantage of my Liberation Theology headline, so I'm not sure if he really wants to do that. He can also just quit because he has nuclear subs, right? So it's not like he's forbidden to do so. Yeah. So he fixes Central probably, right? Uh-huh. That's reasonable. Okay. I expect him to give me Cultural Revolution this turn, which is bad, but oh, nothing I can do about that. What do you mean, bro? Africa is going to be blue by the end of this turn, probably. So I'm I'm not as optimistic about my position as you seem to be. Uh, so there are two wolves in me, and one tells me to take Saudi Arabia before dropping OPEC, and the second one tells me to just smash Mexico with a wheelbarrow and try to get it by force, or at least force him to respond. There is also an option of Cuban Missile Crisis event to, but that's probably just bad. Uh, I think I will let him roll a die, and I will just hope that he's extremely unlucky because that's what I need. And you can call it wishful thinking if you want to, but I have to bet on something. And if I am to be honest, even if he flips Zaire and Angola, I will still get 5 VPs from OPEC, and I can't. I have to count every and each VP right now, so I will just take Saudi before dropping OPEC. And well, if he is to coup me, then please do. I will have one response with Miscellaneous with ABM. I can also hope that he has some obligations to attend to. Maybe he has a scoring, which is obviously a bad scoring for me, but it's going to happen anyway, so it can just as well take him a turn of his life. I mean, an AR of his turn to be exact. Maybe he has some nasty cards to get rid of, like Deco or Fidel or Che or Tegol even. And of course, he may be stuck with Gunman. Well, the problem is that if he has Gunman and Kennedy, he can hold them both and basically discard them after the reshuffle. So in that case, I'm never ever going to get him to die to DEFCON. And the reshuffle is going to happen, so unfortunately, I don't think I'm winning by DEFCON. To win by DEFCON, he would have to have Gunman or draw it, and I would have to get Kennedy. And with him succeeding in space, I don't think I can win by DEFCON even in that scenario, because basically he can headline Lone Gunman if the leader raises, because he sees my headline. Ortega doesn't seem to be promising either because Fidel is still in the game. So unless I get Fidel and purposefully hold on to it to make him susceptible to losing by Ortega DEFCON event, I don't think I can pull it off. And also, my situation in Central America is so tragic that I can't really afford not eventing Fidel if I get it. That's a problem. That's a serious problem. So that's not a realistic solution to my problems. I don't really see a realistic solution to my problems though. Okay, at least he's rolling poorly. Uh, should I poke at Israel? Should I? Maybe I should just start pouring ups into Israel. Maybe I should. If I can't win by Americas, maybe I can win by the Middle East. Maybe I can make it. I read 10, 9 at least. That would be like not a realistic one, but a possible way to victory. To secure some slim Africa domination after nuclear subs and get a glorious Middle Eastern control. Quickly score Middle East and Africa after the reshuffle, draw war games and end this game. Probably not gonna happen, but it's still legal to dream, so let's go for it. Not that I have any better things to do with jobs. I could try overprotecting Africa even more, but too. Alright. I think I can just take it back with Cuban. Of course, he can just coup it now, but it's absolutely fine if he wastes time cooing. I mean, if I can trade one normal AR of mine for one coup with his nuclear subs, that's a perfectly fine deal, if you ask me. Okay, let's overprotect it to not make it too easy for him. He had to space chess, so that's one coup he didn't. He didn't make. And if he coups something, I can respond with IBM. Of course, now this makes me really vulnerable to bear trap if he has it, but I would be shocked if he invented bear trap with Africa looking like this and nuclear subs being active. That seems like insanity. Also, I think he has Fidel. Of course, he had Junta. Screw you. Then I guess I'm quitting. I guess I'm quitting Brazil. At least I rolled better than him in this Junta ABM showdown, but still annoying that he got access to it. Maybe he has Allende. Maybe his hand now is Allende, Lone Gunman, and Fidel. And I will draw Kennedy next turn. This is my dream. This would actually make me hopeful about this game, but I don't think that's the case. However, this entering of Cuba was suspicious. It kind of looks like he may have Fidel. I'm much more skeptical towards Allende or Gunman, but because theoretically, if he has Gunman, he probably shouldn't be giving away the China card. Maybe he was forced to. He felt like he was forced to because of having Che and cultural. Okay, here's his voice. And holy shit. Drawing Lone Gunman as the USSR on turn 7. Ugh. That's the price I pay for drawing the brush war as well. He didn't have Fidel. He just went into Cuba without Fidel, hoping that he's lucky again and that I won't have Fidel. And guess what? I didn't. He was right to do so. And he got Kennedy. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. At least I know his hand. And I know that he has defectors. Sadly. He has Southeast Asia scoring as well. So I could try to go for Thailand immediately. Not gonna happen. Actually, I think I wanna hold gunman. Che is too good to be defected. Fiddle is too good to be defected. I think I'm going for the goal actually. I could go for Fiddle as well, I think, maybe. Nah, he's... Is he going to event Kennedy to get rid of INA and Deagle or not? I don't know. I think I'm going for Deagle. Deagle. And on my first AR, I'm going for Brazil, Argentina, and France. Or Algeria. And then if he coups, I just take France with China. And if he defects the goal... if he defects the goal, I'm sad. If he defects the goal, I still probably have to go for Algeria, Brazil, and Argentina and let him coup Zaire. The good question is, what do I do with Brush War? And by that I mean, do I risk going for Thailand? Which is like 6 VP swing, but it's a 4 VP swing short term. It's like 5 VP and then probably 2 VP when Asia scoring comes. It's tough. Okay, I think I need to event Fidel this turn, so I will just go for the goal, and if he defects it, then it's fine. I could... Nah, that doesn't make much sense. And he may also cool Angola, which makes it hard for me to hold on to South Africa, but I guess that's not an issue I can afford to care about, let's say. Alternatives to defectors are Nixon or Bertrand. He goes for defectors, which is understandable. And I think right now I will just take Argentina, take Brazil, take North Korea, and see what he does. I actually don't feel like I need to take Algeria, because if he's surely not going to take Algeria right now, let's be realistic, he's just going to Angola probably, or Zaire, if he's about to go for Africa. I think Bertrand is his last AR, and yeah, I think I'm getting Deagle and INA from him. I think he's going to score Southeast Asia, event Nixon probably, and try to hold Asknod. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give him Panama Canal anyway, so I can just as well do it now. And I'm preserving my strengths to use them later on. Since I didn't go for it immediately, I imagine he might just drop Southeast Asia now, which means that brush warring Thailand will be completely pointless. He's making his best to force me to reconsider that, but I think I'm good at it. I think I'm good at it. I'm not in the need of brush warring Thailand. He has an obligation in his hand, and I do not. So, of course, the trap card in my hand is Che, which means going for Colombia plus Botswana, which is a huge swing if I am able to kick him out of Venezuela. But what's more important is that if I get Colombia for myself, Rushmore becomes a monster in Central America. It's already good, but it becomes even better if I roll well enough, which is questionable. So the question is, do I wait with it or do I go for it now? And by wait with it, I mean, do I go for fiddle first? And I think I go for fiddle first because I want to do it anyway sooner or later. And I think that if he goes for Nicaragua to threaten my Cuban control, I think I want to respond with Che instead of using Che first and then uh, eventing Fidel, which is, of course, kind of susceptible to him entering Nicaragua. Of course, I could also brush for Angola, which is an idea. Probably not good enough, though. Probably not good enough. Okay, so this Asia go. I could brush or no, I'm not brush warring now. I'm using channel, and I think Botswana is good enough target. Yes, that's actually. Oh, good. Those were some good rolls. Those were pretty decent. So I may be able to pull it off if he doesn't get war games, basically. Yeah, Che is doing some honest work this game for me. Well, honestly, it's the only time I've used it, but it looks huge. So I would love to realign Angola and Venezuela, but if he breaks Brazil with flower power or does something like that, I think I'm just retaking Brazil with Cuban Missile Crisis and then I'm brush warring Venezuela. Looks logical to me. Because realigning Venezuela when he's present in Brazil is not nearly as good as it is now. He will just go back there. And he doesn't know I have Cuban Missile Crisis. He knows all the other cards in my hand though. So I think the most logical option for him right now is basically going to Brazil with flower power. I think that's the correct play. I think that's what he should do. But if he doesn't do that, I will gladly take my shot at realigning Venezuela and Angola because that looks juicy. And that's of course important because if I can kick him out of Venezuela without using the brochure, that means I can use the brochure in Italy. Not in Italy because NATO, but in Panama, for example, or even Mexico. So I think he should really go to Brazil with that flower power using another of his beautiful forums because I don't think there even is a better use for it. Unless he's considering something like Queen Botswana, but I think that's a pretty. I think that's a pretty bad idea. He may also consider taking Chile or realigning Brazil, but I don't think he's doing that. He could also backtrap me now and hope that I roll badly with puppet governments. That would give him a lot of comfort in managing the situation. The downside to that play is, of course, that if he bear traps me and I just drop puppet governments and go out of the bear trap, which is like 2/3 of a chance, that's just bad for him. It didn't accomplish anything. I'm getting decal, so he's doing exactly what I said, which is he's trying to hold on to Ask Not and he's giving decal and AMA. Not sure what to do with it. I don't see myself ever dominating Asia. So I don't care about that. I will overprotect Zaire, go into Angola, overprotect Algeria and get another non-battleground. Interesting, so what is that play? What is he up to? Is he like just entering Brazil or what is this? Or is he Queen Colombia with it? Or maybe Maybe he really wants to test his luck this game. Maybe he just wants to go for Colombia. And how much does it need? He needs 4, right? He needs 4 to kick me out, and at least 5 to establish himself Colombian control. I wouldn't take those odds if I were him. I would not try it. However, maybe he has another plan, but I clearly don't see it. He has mill-ups, he doesn't need to go. I don't like this influence. Uh-huh. No problem. No problem. I think it's realigning time then. Let's realign Angola first. No way. Okay. So, unfortunately, I didn't realign Brazil. But at least I brought peace back to Africa. If he wants to realign Cuba, that's fine, I think. He doesn't seem to have good cards to do it anyway. I don't think he wants to realign with a 4-up. Doing it with a 3-up is questionable too. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not that bad actually. If he realigns me out of Cuba, then he may use the remaining realignments to keep me out of Brazil, and if he succeeds, then his Venezuela becomes a monstrous country to have. And that basically forces me to roll on my brush war in Venezuela immediately, which secures Panama, and if I fail, then I'm cooked. So maybe that's not that bad of a play. Not sure. It's also assuming that he will succeed in kicking me out of Cuba, which is not always the case. Flower power. Whoa. So that's a full-on Chile play. That's fine. I think I will just brush Panama in this case. It's questionable whether I should have brushed Panama or Venezuela, but the advantage of brushing Panama is that if I brush Panama, I can still get Venezuela, but if I brushed Venezuela, I would probably not get Panama. So that gives me more. It's like the potential reward for this play is higher, I would say, in the feasible future, because this Venezuela is still free to be realigned. It also depends on what he does, because I think Bertrand is his AR7 play. So that would mean he gives me Allende now. And So I think I want to use Gunman as my headline next turn. So that means I have to give him puppets now. So I either event puppets and let him resolve the event and then do something with it as a 2-up, or I space it. I would love to realign Venezuela if I give him the event, but that means that he will just go to Haiti with it, or Saharan states or something like that, probably both, and set up realignments. And I don't want to allow that. So I could space it. I could also let him have it and then coup Nicaragua, and that way I'm securing Cuba. I think I'm going for it. I think I will give him puppet governments. You can go for like Saharan states, Haiti and Guatemala, or Saharan states, Cameroon, Haiti, something like that. Maybe Uruguay. Maybe Afghanistan, who knows? And after he does that, I will just secure Cuba, get myself Central American domination, and that will put me in a, well, not in a decent spot, but as good of a spot as I can be in. Okay, so I think that was a mistake. Saharan States looks like an obvious choice. So I think that. But, okay, that was a good play by me, I think. It was correct. He even spare trap, of course. And let's see what we get. Distal. Too little, too late. Solve. Curious. Iranian hostage crisis. Not really interesting. Another UN intervention, though. Third time. Hmm. Third down, this wall will go well with UN intervention. Right. Okay, so the obvious headline is Lone Gunman. Another pretty obvious headline is this now. I think the best thing. Oh, okay. I'm not using UN with third down because I'm discarding third down to a bear trap, right? Or I can discard Libya to bear trap actually, and use third down with UN. Or I can save UN. I can actually hold on to UN, and I could pick up Brush War with Solve and hold UN. Okay, I think that's the play. So let's go for Lone Gunman. Uh, Mostly to just get some intel on him, especially if he headlines Asknode. Like, the problem is that of course he can like headline literally anything, show me his cards then, and after that he can use Asknode to discard most of his hand. So I will be in the dark again. However, that at least forces some creativity out of him. And it's also a flexible headline because I can take an action in any region of the world. So unless he has like Europe or Asia scoring, he can't really mess with me too easily. I just hope he won't get war games. And Ascomot is especially annoying because it lets him draw more cards than he would be able to in general. Oh no, what is this? The Iron Lady. Alright, I guess. Holy Jesus, how is your hand so good again? Okay, it's not that good, but it has no problems at all, and it has some crucial events like Purge and Star Wars. And I don't like this Star Wars card. He can get Brush, but he would have to pay for that. So maybe it's not that good actually. Maybe I called it a great hand too early. Okay, it's manageable for me. It doesn't have war games. It has Star Wars to pick up war games, but there are no war games to pick up so far. And it has Central, which means that I will probably be able to get some points out of him. Our man in Tehran is an insanely tricky card. You can use it to snipe war games, discard war games, and then well, use them with Star Wars. So that means I will probably have to keep Salt to pick up war games if he discards them with Iron Man in Tehran. I don't know if he knows that this is the way to go for him if he wants to end the game quickly. Interesting. Alright. So I guess I'm allowing him to coup, and I'm just going for Nicaragua to never mind, to not achieve anything actually. Well, okay. It still looks like it may be really hard for him to get away with Central American draw. He has to coup something. He probably has to coup Brazil and hope that it's enough to secure to kick me out of there. He doesn't know I have D-stall, so of course if I am able to do that, whoa, really? I will just go back with D-stall there. I think that's a mistake. He should have gone for Brazil. So now when he did that, I will just use Yuri to realign Venezuela. Yeah, right. Not that it matters. I wonder why he didn't use Perch for that. Like, to either coup Brazil with Perch or coup Zaire with Perch. Either way, he should, like, be really concerned about the result of his coup. Screw you. Okay, I'm happy with just applying pressure. He's on the timer, I'm not. He has to play central scoring, I don't. So I can just use, maybe I can use D style. Let's do this. What is he playing with Star Wars? Is he planning on holding both Astronaut and Star Wars and giving me the China card, or will his Star Wars 5-year plan to shorten my hand even more? Or I can't tell. Maybe he will use Brush War on Panama actually. Maybe he will pay the 2 DPs. But then he takes the 50-50 and it's really risky for him. So okay, he used Armen in Tehran. So now Salt is free. I mean, it's free from the risk of him discarding war games suddenly. So I can use that to get Brush. And the thing about Brush is that it can strike at Mexico just as well as it can strike at Venezuela. So I will hopefully force him to take some uncomfortable decisions, like dropping Central right now without any further shenanigans. And it's good for me because if he does that, then I can freely use Brush War on Venezuela, which is also a great target for Brush War. So I think Brush is a great pickup by Salt for me this game. I mean, this game, I mean, this turn, this AR to be exact. It's just a good situation to have Brush War. And it also lets me keep my UN. Cuban Missile Crisis? Why? That's so good for me. Why are you doing that? I don't get it. Oh, okay. So maybe he wants to. Maybe he wants to coup Guatemala to win the country count, and I can't coup back without leaving Cuba. But if I leave Cuba, then that means that he gets to drop Central for free. I don't like this idea. I don't like this play, but I guess there is a point to it. I was expecting 5-year plan. I think it would have been better. Let's try it. Yes, that worked. Oh my god, I'm so back into this game right now. Oh, thank you. And now he can coup Guatemala, and that kind of encourages me to quit back by letting him take Cuba, or at least leaving Cuba open. But then I could just really do it and coup Guatemala anyway, and I would still get a huge domination in Central. Or I can just ignore it. And if he wants to use AR5 for coup, AR6 for Hail Mary realignment, and AR7 for forced Central America scoring, then I guess I can allow him to do that. I will take my time securing my South America domination because both Chile and Colombia are still open. Wow, those brush wars were brutal for his Central American situation. Purge, influence, not even cooing. Oh, of course. Okay, so he will event ask not. That's for sure. Now he has to. By the way, now he has to. So if he's going to event ask not anyway, I can just as well remove 2 influence from Cuba. Uh, and coup Colombia. Do I want to coup Colombia though? Mm, well, I think I do, right? I think I do. Because he kind of has to react. And oh my god, that's so bad. And he doesn't have much time because he has to discard Central. But I guess with my abysmal failure in Colombia right now, he can just take his time and use Ask Not to discard Central and possibly Iran Contra. Which sucks so much. Maybe after me leaving Cuba, uh, maybe he's considering actually dropping Central America to have Kennedy ready for potential Africa in the future. I don't know if that's a good play though. That's just something he may be thinking about. Okay, he actually did that. Curious. Okay, so he will play Iran Contra on his last IR. Uh, let's just go for Chile, I guess. And he realigns Brazil. Yeah, unfortunately, he has more luck with foes than me. He doesn't have a good secondary target. He can go for Panama, or if he's. Wait, really? That was very risky. I guess he was trying to get a huge swing. Okay, I got Africa and I got OPEC, and this is what matters. Junta is good as well. Wow, this is another good hand. Good hand. Another good hand. I literally got a good hand again. How does this happen? It's good. It's just a good hand. It's manageable. It has good events. It has sources of VPs. It even has Brezhnev, but I'm not going to use him though. I think it's Junta time. Wow. The most painful card here would probably be North Sea Oil, but that's. But I'm not fighting for my life here, so. Oh my god. Okay, that's a tricky one. Okay, oh, thank god, thank god, thank god, thank you. I didn't need that one. You can take it. Eh. Okay, so that's very unlucky, but in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing to cry about. I will manage a little less points from Africa, but still overall a surprisingly good situation. Latin American debt crisis is absolutely huge here too, I think. Okay, so what do I do now? Mm, I am taking Brazil, and I can now either coup Colombia and go for realignment, or I could coup Uruguay and try to survive. I think I will go for realignments with Colombia because I need at least A2. That's at least A2. So now I can realign probably with Brezhnev because I want to have defense against missile and beam. Damn it. Damn it! Fuck, bro! What is this? Okay, my realignments are absolutely tragic this game. Abysmal. Cambridge. Sure. Yeah, right. Damn it. I could use Soviets to break Venezuela, ironically. Uh, shit, this is complicated. This is suddenly complicated. I actually don't know what to do. I want to use Latin American debt crisis for event this turn. Uh, well, after all what happened, I think if he realigns me out of Brazil, so be it. Honestly, nothing I can do about it. Don't think so. I will just throw away Africa. I just don't see the counterplay here. Maybe there is one. I don't think I have time and hopes to coup Uruguay. I don't think I can play like that. Okay. He failed too. I think that's a good moment to do something like this to secure against him kicking me out. I hope he doesn't have Miss Levy because then my OPEC goes to trash. But I really needed that for up here. That really stabilizes my position in South America. Maybe that was too risky. Maybe I should have just ignored it. Maybe I'm trying too hard to hold on to Brazil. After like 10 failed realignments in that region, I think I should have just given up. I think that's a mistake. I think I played poorly here. I think I should have just evented OPEC and have that breathing room with 6 VP advantage, which basically ensures that I don't lose this game by war games. It still doesn't look like I'm going to, but I really need to event OPEC this game, and I think I should have just gone for it immediately instead of trying to be tricky and smart about South America. I'm glad duck and cover is nowhere to be found yet. That means that he may be scared of eventing miscellaneity right now. Okay. Alright. Reformer, Suez, and what was that? Marine? Marine. Okay. I will take that, and I will event OPEC quickly. I don't think I can even Latin American debt crisis. I have to do something. That's probably Colombia again. I'm going to Colombia anyway. I feel this turn wasn't played very well by me. I surely had to mess up somehow. I'm pretty sure there were better solutions than ones I found. Not sure when and how, but I'm pretty sure this was not optimal. Ugh, that's weird. Not that I can react to it, but that's weird. Did you get Middle East scoring? Space voice. Okay. It's bad that he got VABM. It's great that he rolled A1. Pershing space. Spershing. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I think I'm just tired. This is probably too late for me. Yes, Pershing. this could be this could be another action itself. Spacing Pershing would be called Spershing. He's so creative this game. If I could be like 1/10 of my creativity, if it went from talking bullshit about cards names to finding creative solutions to what's going on the board, I would be an even better player. I just have to find a way to recalibrate that power. He has 7 minutes on the clock, that's actually not much, looking at the tempo of his play. Remaining scorings are Asia, which is pretty whatever. Doesn't look like it's about to change. Middle East, which is great for me, and Europe, which is great for him. It's pretty important. Okay, he just takes it. I pass my turn. If he has Middle East, he has to drop it now. He probably has his last move planned, right? He has to. He knew I was gonna pass this turn, right? This round, actually. Muslim is still in the deck, as is Sadat, as is AWACS. So Middle East is still everybody's game, ironically. Rarely happens on turn 9. He's realigning with Brazil again. Okay. Okay. Holy shit, realignments in South America aren't very effective so far. I got all the scorings. I have no good headline. Unless I want to headline the summit. then this is a good headline. Oh god, I don't like what I'm seeing. I have to drop Asia before US Japan. That's clear. I have to crew Venezuela. And I'm probably doing with US Japan, which is my only forum, if I'm allowed to. That means I want to drop Asia in the headline phase. What can he do to stop this Asia from being a draw? I really like all the blue cards in the game, so he doesn't have any of those. Oh my god. If he if he has missile envy and I headline Asia, I'm finished. Ah. Missile envy screws my Asia headline. Sadat screws my Middle East headline. But AWACS do as well. That's a swing of 4 VPs. No, AWACS don't, but Sadat does. Hey, it's basically a coin toss now. I have to headline Middle East or Asia. I think I'm going for Asia. There's only one card that screws Asia. He probably doesn't have this card, and regardless of the result of this operation, I free up the US Japan to crew Venezuela. Well, theoretically, if he has missile envy, I don't get to crew with US Japan. Maybe. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. Asia has the best shot of not being interfered with. Oh. Oh. Okay, he really wants to kill me with Defcon. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Because that means that he believes that he may have trouble winning otherwise. And I love to see this happening. And I'm not going to die to Defcon, by the way, so that's good. Because I don't have the CIA. How many cards are there that are triggering Evil Empire? Brush War. No, Brush War is gone. So it's like Iran-Iraq War. Okay, so this is a free card, basically. I mean, it gives me at most 2 VPs potentially, so flower power is not that important anymore. Is this the best chance I have when it comes to South America domination? I think it is. I don't care about South America long term anyway. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. It's turn 10. I just want to quickly get South America scoring with my domination on the board, then quickly get Middle Eastern scoring with my domination on the board, and just close this game. And I think this is the way to do that. Okay, he probably retakes Venezuela, so I will just realign it with Evil Empire, right? Or I can just drop it and... Actually, you know what? he may go to space, but in general, I think I will just drop it. The chances of him winning in final scoring, if he, yeah, I think this is good enough. I think this is good enough. I'm not going to be greedy and go for Venezuela realignments. I think I'm in a good enough position to go close this game as it is, so I will not be going for any crazy realignments since realignments cannot be trusted, as this game has shown already a couple of times. Space, please fail. Fails. Oh! How the heck did I manage to win this game? What is this? What a game is what I have to say about it. Oh my god. Nope. Yeah. Okay, this game started in a terrible manner when it comes to my ops, but thank God that I had some decent rolls. But 4 and 5 in Iran against his 3 was very important. I think if I don't win this game, if I don't win the rolls in Iran, those were really crucial. Rush wars in Central were very important as well. So some roles were really in my favor, and they were in my favor when it really mattered. So this is what allowed me to win this game. And I was not expecting to win this game, but I was surely not expecting it to win it by the VP track before the final scoring. Crazy. Okay, thanks for watching. If you're still here, I'm glad that you survived my complaining, and I will see you next time.